Now, we will discuss the requirement, need, essentiality, and how a document is prepared in the pharmaceutical industry. Basically, this documentation is of great importance and immense requirement to achieve the reproducible production of the product as well as to confirm the uniform quality of the product. So, first of all, we should know what is documentation. Basically, documentation is any communicable material that is used to describe, either explain or instruct regarding some of the attributes, means qualities of an object, system or a procedure such as its parts, assembly, installation, maintenance and use. For example, if we take the consideration of the production of a particular product, then what are the different steps involved, how this product will be formulated, what are the specifications required, what will be the different equipments required, how it will be manufactured, what are the specifications to be controlled, what are the different in vitro tests which need to be performed in order to evaluate its quality. So documentation is basically a material which will cover all the aspects regarding an object and it will provide an information to the user one as well as it serves as a record. So documentation provides, means it provides both information or on when, means when it is required, when the manufacturer required, then it will provide the information. When a quality control individual will require, then it can also provide the information. When the legislative requirements to be fulfilled, then it will provide the information. Then where, in which condition it will provide the information to fulfill what kind of the requirement, whom and why, means it provides all the information to a particular legislative assembly, to a production person, to a quality assurance person, if we are considering the pharmaceutical production. Now, it also provides the evidences regarding the tasks that have been completed as they should be, means it also provides the information regarding the how the task was performed and how it has been completed, means for example, to complete a task, if it requires certain duration of the time period, then it will provide the evidence that how much time was used to complete this process. Document is basically an information, or we can say it is a meaningful data that will support the medium, means it will provide all the information as well as evidences, and it may be in the form of written form on the papers, or it may be in the form of CD, it may be in the form of computer file, microfilm, X-ray film, etc. And it may serve as an official record. Why? A record is a document which provides the evidences of all the activities which have been already performed and stated. Now, it means it will be an information which will be utilized further, and it has been recorded earlier by the all the experiences which have been achieved during the performance. Whereas the guidelines are the documents, they provide the recommended practices and instructions, means how a particular process should be practiced, and it also provides the instructions that how this practice should be followed. For example, if I says a good manufacturing practice should be followed, then a good manufacturing practice will be followed if there are the certain instructions, means the guidelines will provide all the instructions so that a good manufacturing practices can be followed. On the other hand, the policy is basically the principle of the, it means it is a plan, or we can say it is basically going to influence that what kind of the actions a pharmaceutical industry will take, or it will also influence that what are the decisions and how the actions a organization, if I says over here pharmaceutical industry, will do to fulfill specific practices or instructions. Now, it is a policy plan. Either it may be a policy plan of the government, or it may be the policy plan of an organization to achieve the quality of the product as well as to achieve the social needs of the particular society. As we are making the documents, so the need of the documentation is basically a mandatory requirement as per the regulatory guidelines, and in order to fulfill all the regulatory guidelines, either they are of a WHO or either they are of FDA or they are the guidelines regarding to the sale, manufacture or purchase of the goods according to a country, then we need a requirement of a document. So the documentation of a particular procedure, either it is manufacturing or the quality control, and the facilities, equipments, all together, all the things should be documented to fulfill all the regulatory requirements for the particular purpose. Now, it also provides and keeps a track of the activities, that how these activities are followed and performed, means whether the pharmaceutical industry is following the good manufacturing practices, good laboratory practices. It means it will keep a track on all these activities. It also provides the evidences for that of the legal issues, means if at one or the another moment of the time, if the legal issues arises, then the documents serves as a supportive information for those legal issues, as well as it maintains the historical record for the further steps and well as further processing of the particular product. Therefore, the objectives behind the development of documents is to define the specifications as well as all the procedures for the materials and methods of manufacturing as well as for the quality control. It also provides all the information regarding the personal concern with the manufacture and what to do during the manufacturing and when to do and how to do. It also authorizes the person that should have all the information which is necessary to decide whether or not a particular batch of the drug is to be released for the sale or not. It also provides the existence of the documented evidences, as well as it provides the traceability, and as well as it also provides and serves as a record for the audit trail, means at the time when there will be an evaluation procedure that the particular product has been manufactured by which means, then it should be well documented. It means it will help the audit of that particular procedure. It also ensures the availability of the data needed for the validation, review as well as for the statistical analysis. So, if a document fulfills all these objectives, then only we can say that the good document practices have been followed and they will be of great use. A good documentation basically encompasses practically all the aspects of the pharmaceutical production, means it includes the building and premises, that what kind of the building should be there for the manufacture of a particular product, then what are the instruments which will be used and how the premises should be validated, how they should be cleaned and maintained, versus the personal training, means the individuals who are working over there, then how they should be trained and how they should maintain the hygienic conditions and how the personal's hygienic condition should be maintained, as well as it provides the information about the equipments which will be used during the process, means during the installation, calibration, validation, maintenance as well as their cleaning. It also provides the information regarding the material specifications, their testing, their warehousing, use as well as their disposal and rejection when they are of no use. It also provides the information regarding the individual steps in the process of the manufacturing, as well as if a product is evaluated, then what will be the process controls, that or the quality control test, then it will include all these kind of the information, as well as it has included all the information regarding the building and premises, personal requirements, equipment, materials and the processes, It will also contain all the information regarding the finished products. Means what are the specifications of the finished products, how they have been tested, how they should be stored, how they should be distributed, and if they are not to be distributed or under certain circumstances they are not meeting the quality of the specifications, means they are not meeting the specifications, then what will be their disposal mechanism or the rejection mechanism. Documents could be logbooks, they could be specifications, they could be for that of the test methods, they could be batch records, they could be standard operating procedures, they could be policies, or they could be quality manuals. So, for having the effective use of these documents, they should be designed and prepared with utmost care. And each document should have a clear title, there should be an identification number, it should be approved by an authorized person, have the date of the issue, as well as it should have a date of revision, as well as list to whom to be issued. Means it is for the use of the quality control personnel, it is for the use of the production personnel, then it should be stated that it has been issued for the use of which personnel or which authority. Any prepared document will be termed a good document if it clearly states all the procedures and it contains all the accurate procedures, and these are also written in a clear language accurately in a specified manner to prevent the error and to ensure the consistency of the repetitiveness of a particular procedure or a production of a particular product. It should be written with that of the ink. There shouldn't be any use of the pencil or any ink that can be erased easily. All the entries which have been done, they should be handwritten. Reviewing and approving of the procedure for this document should be done, and all the staff who have participated in writing as well as in approving, they should have a signature and it should be handwritten. And signature, since its signature is a unique identity feature, so all the signatures should be cited at the specific site in the registers so that the member can be traceable, means who have authorized this procedure and who has written this, who has performed this. All these procedures should be all these things can be easily traced out if the signature is easily visualized and can be, the person will be traceable if any error exists for the correction, and any other staff other than the recommended person shouldn't be allowed for the signing that kind of the document if it contains a sign of the another individual, in spite of the individual who has the authority to permit the movement of the product, or we can say to proceed for a particular procedure, then it will not be a good document. Page numbering should be there on each document, and each document should be concise, means it should provide the clear information which can be easily understood by all the customers or all the users, as well as this document should be traceable, means who has recorded it, when, where and why, as well as it should provide the information provided in it should be correct in the time frame along with that of the flow of events. It should be long lasting and durable. It should be easily accessible for the review purpose. If certain corrections are needed in the document, then they will be done, and while making these corrections, never the flute will be used, as well as multiple cross marker pens will not be used to obscure the original record. So a makeover line will be made, means as we cut a particular content which has been written, by lining over it so that it can be visualized that what was written earlier and now what we are marking at that space. It also requires that a brief comment should be made over the document that why this change has been made, and appropriateness of the change should be justified, that why it has been made at that particular point, as well as initial should be placed at that point, and the person should place the initial of himself or herself that he or she has made the change according to that of the appropriateness of the particular procedure. Along with that of the date, marking will be done for that of the particular date, means on which date the change has been made in the record. If any entry is made in the document after the performing of that procedure or the activity, then it should be clearly justified that on which date the activity was performed and on which date the data was entered in the document, as well as substantial explanation should be provided why there was a delay in the recording of that particular information in the document, and sign and date for the change or the delay should be given by a person who is doing the entry after a particular date. Then there should be an important consideration that no backdate entry should be permitted in a particular data or in a particular document, means if the entry is done 7 days later, then there should be a column which will represent that this procedure or the document has been prepared on this date, or this data was obtained on this particular date, and now today it has been documented, so date will be of today's into the particular data or the document. Thus, we can say that a document has the different life cycle phases, like first phase will be the understanding the requirement of the preparation of a document, that why a document is needed and for what purpose it will be utilized, means it will be working as a document, it will be working as a guideline, it will be working as a policy, or it will be working for any other purpose. Then first of all, it will be, if for a person who is making a document, it will be desired that he or she should understand why this document is required. Then design of the document is done, means in which pattern, in a particular specific manner, according to that of the good document practices, it will be designed, and all the procedures regarding a particular, if it is regarding a manufacturing procedure, then it will be developed according to that. If it is for that of the quality control, then it will be developed according to their requirements, and after the development of these documents, they will be reviewed by the authority persons, and after review, if they suggest the changes to be made in the document according to that of the appropriateness, then these changes will be made into that of the document, and then after reviewing, it will be finalized by the authority individuals that the changes which were required has been finally made in the document, and the document will be finalized and it will be finally published, means it will be having all the information, all the signs of the signatory authorities, and then it will be a valid document which will be used as a record or as a guideline or as a policy for a particular purpose. So in this manner, a document moves from that of the need and requirement to the design, development, review, and then finalization, and then final step is the publication. If there is a change, if the document need to be discarded after a particular period of time, means after publication, after 5 years, 4 years, 1 year, if the document need to be discarded, then there will be one more step over here, that will be the rejection or discarding of the document. Therefore, in order to develop a good document, these certain documentation errors should be avoided, like there shouldn't be any missing signatures and date for that of the on which day the activity was performed. There shouldn't be any write over. The date and signature should be uniformly done, and all the entries should be made on time. And if there is a activity is performed on one day and signed on the another day, then there should be a writing note which will provide an information why it has been done. That activity is done on one day and signed on the another day. There shouldn't be any blank spaces, means no blank space should be available, so that any kind of the write over can be done. A document should be in a uniform manner without any blank spaces. There should be legible writing, means illegible writing shouldn't be there, as well as it shouldn't contain too many of the corrections, means once the document has been prepared and after a particular moment of the time, if it is corrected, then it shouldn't contain loads of the correction. If it contains loads of the correction, it means document preparation, it has not followed the good documentation practices and it is not a good thing. So if a document has been prepared and if it is corrected, then it should not allow the many changes, means in the initial time it should be well written and well documented. Since a document provides the information as well as serves as an evidence, as a record, so in order to develop a good document, good documentation practices should be followed. And these good documentation practices specifies the standards by which a document should be created and maintained in the pharmaceutical industry. Since the good documentation practices are finally going to affect the all the procedures which will be carried out in the pharmaceutical industry, means a good document practice should be followed, as it will affect all the GMP, good manufacturing practices, which are followed in the pharmaceutical industries, as well as it will affect all the SOPs as well as the specifications regarding the material, product identity, quality, strength and safety of the product, as well as it will also affect the validation procedures of the manufacturing facilities, equipment, computer systems and testing methods. So a document should be prepared according to that of the good documentation practices, and all the standards should be followed so that a good document can be prepared. Basically, the principles for the good documentation practice is that it should contain the oral document should contain the original signatures, and those documents which contains the original signature should never be destroyed, as well as they should never falsify the information, means the information should be accurate and to the point. They shouldn't contain any whiteout, means, or the cover up tapes, means the data has not been covered by the whitener or by that of the tapes. It should be clear and we should make a we should mark a line over the written content and should be properly signed, and the date should be provided so that the document could be accurately seen that what was the information written earlier and under which appropriate conditions it has been changed. It should not obliterate the information or the record, as well as it should never overwrite a record, means there should not be any overwriting of the record. No pencil use should be there. All the document should be written in blue black ink. There shouldn't be any space or the lines or the fields which are blank and are present in the document, means no spaces, lines should be allowed in the free spaces should be allowed in the document, and symbols shouldn't be used, arrows shouldn't be used to make a document. Good document practices has the certain benefits, like it facilitates the development of a quality product, as well as it reduces the effort to comply with the regulatory bodies. If the document has been already prepared according to the good practices, then these documents can easily comply with the regulatory requirements, as well as by using these documents and following them, then we can easily achieve the desired results by using these documents, as well as the correctness, completeness and consistency of the information allows the customers and the stakeholders to achieve the desired effect of the product, means stakeholders for that of the pharmaceutical industry are the patients, and since the document prepared it was accurate, complete and containing all the consistent information for the production of the product so that the quality can be achieved. So the therapeutic effect will be achieved uniformly in the customers, as well as it enables the production activities to be functionalized in a specific action for a specific action for a specific duration in a normal manner, and it facilitates the normal performance of a particular production system, as well as it creates the structure, means it allows all the staff members to communicate and coordinate in a well organized manner so that the business can be pharmaceutical business can be done in a uniform and accurate manner. Good documentation practices also trains the staff. It also solves the complicated problems, as well as it reduces and eliminates the assumptions as well as guessing by the different individuals who are involved in a particular processing, development or manufacture of the particular products. It also facilitates the elimination of re-asking of the same questions, means one individual has asked the one question and the another is asking the same, then they will prevent, as the method has been well documented in a clear language in a particular document, as well as it specifies the clear instructions to the staff. So in this way we can prepare the different documents to fulfill the requirements of the regulatory, as well as to make a record for the further processing of the particular process, as well as to fulfill the legislative requirements.